Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Stefania Pronicheva.
And I'm Ivana Grecian.
We're international business students at CETIS University Tijuana, and we're interviewers today.
And today we are with Max Cervantes, who is an economic and political specialist in the consulate in US in Tijuana.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Cervantes. We're thrilled to have you with us on this special day, the Day of International Negotiator. So we will be happy to hear some insights and thoughts on some interesting topics.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here. Um, so I'm very happy, especially to be here at CETIS. As you know, I did my master's here, and I feel sort of like a little bit of a coming home to be here at CETIS again. And of course, speaking to both international business and also a little bit of marketing students because I taught both programs as well. So I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. So, the first question is you've spent over 20 years working in the California Baja California border region. What makes this region unique in terms of economic and political dynamics? And how do you see the relationship between these two states evolving in the coming years?
Well, thank you. That's big. That's a big and fascinating question. I think this is a very fascinating place to work. We have two countries that have a lot in common. We have socially, family, business ties that go, hundreds of years back. But we also have different ways of doing things and of looking at the world. So I think it's fascinating, and it's a place of a lot of opportunities. We have businesses that conduct sales, imports, exports, investment. And let's not forget that even though Tijuana and San Diego sit on both sides of the US Mexico border, we're also on a coast looking east. So it is also the gateway to Asia for this part of North America. So I think it's a fascinating place to work and a lot of opportunity, especially for students such as yourselves.
So, we're on our way for the USMCA 2026 revision. So, my question is how do you see the evolving trade agreements like the USMCA impacting Baja California, especially?
That's also a great question. So Baja California and California, or Cali Baja, as some people call it, is a very economically integrated, but also very socially integrated part of the border. As you may know, there are every month about 5 million people cross the border. And if you take into consideration that the population of Baja California is around 3 million people, so that sort of gives you a little bit of an idea of how many back and forth ideas, people, business are going on. Every day we have thousands of trucks going back and forth across the border. So I think as we go into the revision of USMCA or TEMEC in Spanish, um, I think the interests, the economic interests of each country and the strategic economic sectors will stay the same. The important part is how the public and private sector can work together to find ways of updating the existing laws and treaties in a way that benefits both countries. And I think we're well on the way to achieve that. Not all the way there, but we're getting there.
What are some of the biggest challenges you have faced in fostering collaboration between the US and Mexico? And on the flip side, what opportunities do you see for deeper integration and mutual benefits?
Okay, I think both questions have very similar answers. One of the biggest challenges, I think, of any border regions, but that we see here as well, is we know each other well. San Diego and Tijuana, or Imperial and Mexicali, we know each other very well, but we're very far away from our respective national capitals. So oftentimes, the way Washington or Ciudad de Mexico sees the border is very different than from the way we see it here every day. So one of the challenges to explain to the policymakers and also the private sector decision makers how things work in reality here every day, working along the border. And also that is the opportunity to become experts in how we do things and the opportunities we have here and how to communicate that to the decision makers in our respective capitals and get policy changes that will ultimately benefit both countries and not just the border region.
And given your experience as a former dean of business and economics at Universidad Iberoamericana Tijuana, how can universities play a role in shaping the future of economic and public policy in the region?
I think universities are a great asset to our region. We have excellent both universities and research centers here in Baja California and also in California. So, by continuing to do what universities do best, which is to say, to find new frontiers of knowledge, to do research that benefits both society but also industry, and of course, to contribute to the training and development of young people to get very competent technicians, but also truly excellent professionals, ultimately makes our region more attractive and more competitive on a global scale and not just in North America.
We were wondering what advice you could give to younger generations, to students like ourselves.
I think it's to continue learning, to continue to have the ability, but also the desire to meet new people, learn new things, to not become too set in your ways. Of course, you need to fight for your core beliefs, but you do need to be able to have empathy and to communicate with other people. Because if we can't do that, then we can't really do much anything else.
Well, thank you for answering our questions, and I hope we see you again for another talk or conference. We would love to have you here. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.